What's up, guys? So we have the pulley set up with the belt. All right, this is resin. You see the back, how it is right here. This all has to be filed down. So you can get these at the 99-cent store. These are like sanding blocks for your nails. You have this one, which is rough. All right, you can see it. And then you have this one that's like a finer one. All right, it's three-sided all around, and then this side here is where I use to drill this stuff through. So you have the pin vise drill bit set. All right, so what I like to do is just put the drill bit there. All right, and just drill nice and easy. This block is soft on this part here, so you don't want to push too hard. I just don't want to cut through my cutting mat. All right, so you just go nice and easy until it goes through. All right, and then just keep giving it a little bit of twirls while you're going in and out to get like a fine, smooth hole. All right, and then that's the hole. All right, now this is gonna slide over in the front of the engine. It sits behind this pulley setup, so that belt goes first, as you can see up here, right there. All right, see it? So it sits behind the main pulley, and it comes up the back this way. All right, so after you drill the hole there, you have other holes that I would drill. All right, so you would obviously get a smaller bit, and you would drill in the middle of the back of these. But you first want to, smooth this out. So you can take this block here, all right, and then just put pressure on it. Don't go too hard, all right, because if you see here, there's you can see there's like a small area, like right here, where you have to shave down. So you have some shaving to do, and then around here and over here. You don't want to shave too thin because you don't want to go too thin on the belts, but you have to take a little bit off because you need room for the second pulley to sit on this side, all right? Because if you see back here, it's got to fit over and back, and then here. Some part of the block I had to trim in the back of the block where the posts go, like where these pulleys sit on. You have to trim a little bit. You could either file them down or use a razor blade and trim some off, because you want the pulleys to sit flush on the actual block, all right, so that you have room for the other one. And then you could either leave this on so that when you're sanding it like this, when you start sanding it, you can see where the markings are of how much you have to take off, and then you just keep sanding down till you get to the point where you want it. All right, it's not too much and it's not too bad. And then I use two blades. I have a dull one that the tip is missing, all right, and then I have another one like this. Just be really careful because these things are super sharp. And then normally what I like to do is I just trim, like try to keep the blade as flat as possible, and then just take off the excess that you have here. Sometimes I go like this and I curl up, depending on the part where I'm at. All right, and you just do that all around. Just remember, go nice and easy. Don't give too much pressure. You just want it so that it gets flush with the belt, and then from there you could sand a little bit. Now if you look good enough, you'll see here you have the belt, and then you have the layer of resin in the back. So that's what you want to sand down. So don't go too smooth here, because then you can't tell where the marking is at or how much you got to take off. All right, and then when you get to this end here, you do the same thing, just so they get smooth like that. And then when you get to the end, just curl up a little bit and follow the pulley. You just want to be careful that you don't take any of the pulley off. And then just take a second and look at it, because it's going to sit on the motor. So you don't want to take too much off. You just want it to be flush. You can follow the same thing around the whole pulley. All right, and then with the final one, you can just smooth it out to the point where you want it. Now remember, you don't want to go too far, because you can see right here is the amount you want to take off. So once you're done taking the back layer off, then you can come and fine smooth it. I can do it because I already have the other pulley set up that I'm done with. All right, and just when you're going, don't go flat like this, because you'll flatten it out. Just try to go and follow the pulley around. And then you see the back side here where it's at. You can do the same thing. Gotta blow on it every once in a while. And then you can do that all the way around. Like that. Alright, and then you just do that all the way around. Now for this part here, you can see this part's a little thinner, so we'll start with that side. So you want to take a fine point, all right, and then put it there. And you kind of want to just scratch at it, nice and easy. All right, just so you can get a bit of an opening. All right, then once you get your opening, you can work from behind, like so. Put the blade in, and then just do some of your trimming. And the reason I like to do it from behind is so that you can see how it's going to look from the front of the engine, because if you do it from the back, you're not really going to tell. Alright, so just be nice and easy. Try not to put pressure on the belts, because you can break them. I already broke my other belt and I had to fix it. Sometimes you can use the other one that doesn't have a tip. This one's not as sharp as the other one, so I don't have to worry about cutting my fingers, you know, as easy as I would with the no blade. Then sometimes in the back, I'll come at an angle. I hope I can see it. I'm trying to work through the camera and my. Okay. That's pretty much it. So you just want to clean up as much as you want it, you know, have it as smooth as you want it, and then just work around it, you know, keep using the razor blade or the sand blocks, you know, or sandpaper, whatever. The razor blades I find are a little easier to work with when you got to get in here, you know, unless you have one of those like sanding picks that you can use. And then you would just do the same thing for the other side here. You would do the same, just scratch at it, or you could poke a little hole. And then once you're inside with the blade, you can pull the blade out a little bit, twist it, so that you can get some type of area to work with. And then just follow the procedures, you know, just keep, you know, scratching at it. You use the back of the blade, the front of the blade. A lot of guys they like to use the back with a sharper blade, like a new one, because it's almost like scribing it, you know. And this way, because if you're scribing it, you're just scratching it till it goes through. If you're using the blade this way, the blade will go in and it kind of spreads it, so there's a possibility where you can break the belt that way. And that's it. You see it here, the back is starting to open. All right, and then once you're done cutting that out, you know, like I said, you could use a sanding block like this if it's really thick. just to get it out. Just make sure, like I like to go in circles like this so it's smoothing down evenly. Like that. And then when you're getting closer, you can get one of these, which is a little fine compared to this one. And it's a little bit more rough than this one. This one's more like a buffing one. And just lay it flat. And just repeat the same thing. Just put your fingers on it. Just blow it off and check it out. See how much more you have to go. And that's it. You just smooth it out to the thinness that you want it. Make sure that it's, you know, smooth and level. You don't want this side to be thinner than this side. You know, you see how it's thin here and it gets thicker here. So you kind of want to make sure that you're smoothing it out nice and even. And that's pretty much it. And then from there, you just, you know, prep it, paint it, and then it'll fit on here nice and easy.